Ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da. Hey you, my name is Mark. It's about to be a show about Christianity and songs that I have personally written. You will not hear these songs anywhere else. There is no other channels besides MWD that you will hear this music. That's an end of story situation. Going live right now on Instagram. I should mention Instagram. Remember Instagram. I do not do my Sunday show on your channel. That means that if you're not seeing a 15-song concert, that's right. That's exactly what it is. You're not seeing it, but it is happening. Let's roll that intro. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Church Prep with MWD. Monday Drumroll. I am Mark W. Douglas. Stick around. I'm going to explain that little intro deal. Stick around. Let's start things off with a prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. How about that? All right, folks. Yes, Instagram, really quickly. Pay attention. Sundays, I have an entire hour and 20-minute show that you're missing. If the only thing you do is watch Instagram shows, you are missing an hour and 20-minute Sunday show every single week. That's right. And that's when I do my 15-song concert. So if you want to check that out, you'll have to watch Facebook. You'll have to watch YouTube or Rumble or Twitter. All of those channels have it. And if you just want to listen to the audio, pick your favorite podcast app and search, except for Spotify, I should say. They don't run my Sunday show, just so you know. They don't like it when I just sing music. It's not copyright or anything. They just don't like it when I sing music. They have this other thing for creators, and they just don't like. So they basically mute my Sunday shows. But anyway, if it's not Spotify, even on Spotify, you can watch my Monday, Wednesday, and Friday shows pretty much, because they don't catch my 5-song concert because it's so late in the podcast. So I guess their algorithm doesn't catch it. So most of my Monday, Wednesday, Friday shows do show up on Spotify. Of course, it's Church Prep with MWD, easy to find, okay? So you could just listen to me. Anyway, do not miss the Sunday show. Man, I actually put a jacket on and a button down, and I get serious. I get serious because it's God's presence, and I've always, from the beginning, I just always feel like, you understand. You got to give, it's time to shape up a little bit, for the big Sunday show. So I do that. All right, friends, this is great, right? This is my 66th song of the week. And, I release one song a week, 4 shows for the one song. And today is the first show. Monday Drumroll introduces the title and the lyrics. Just so you know, we're starting a new volume, a new album, okay? It's my 9th album, all right? So this is great. It's actually going to be song number 66, my 9th album. And I've got the different background just to show you. But here we go. The title of the song is called I Believe. And it is up on the website as well. Just like this, you can download it. Let's read those lyrics. I believe in the Father. His eye is watching over me. I believe in no other, my guide through the stormy sea. When the boat it is a rockin', when the waves they are a crashin', my hands they'll be a clappin', 'cause you will save me, Lord, I believe. When the sails, I should go back. I believe in the Father. His eye is watching over me. I believe in no other, my guide through the stormy sea. When the sails, they are a-stripping. When the oars, they are a-snapping. My eyes, they'll be a-looking. For the grace that saves, Lord, I believe. And you see right through the heart of me, my standards, my values, and my prayers. So let this mind be in Christ for all to see that I believe. I believe. I believe in the Father. His eye is watching over me. I believe in no other, my guide through the stormy sea. My guide through the stormy sea. My guide through the stormy sea. And that is the reading of the lyrics of my new song, I Believe. Now, not to be confused with Believe. I have a song called Believe. And I believe it was in my first little bunch, and it hasn't been officially released yet. It was in my first 15. I believe. I believe. All right, folks, I've got to be quick tonight. You know, tonight's my potpourri night, but I've got a little honey-do list here with a brand new washer-dryer combo. So I will be getting on that. Got to go to Lowe's tonight, so I'm not going to be too long. Just wanted to, let's see, I don't even know this is potpourri night. I can talk about whatever. I've been thinking about washer and dryer all day long. My brain hasn't even had an idea of what we would talk about. This is how the show works. But on Monday's my potpourri night. On Wednesday, I'm going to do the backstory for how I wrote I Believe. You can see it's talking about, it's kind of like the sea. You know, we're in the sea, right? We're sloshing around on a boat and we're worried if we're going to die, right? Remember, that happened a couple times. It happened with Jonah and they threw him overboard. And then it happened with Peter walking on the water, remember? Because Jesus said, come to me. And he lost sight and he started to sink, didn't he? Isn't it amazing? What an amazing story. Wow. All right. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm thinking about when I wrote this song. But I will be giving the full backstory on Wednesday. And then, of course, the Bible references on Friday. And, of course, everything is followed by a 5-song concert right here with this little guitar, okay? My little favorite. I used to, I wrote most of my songs on my steel string right here, my little steel string guitar, and then the subsequent versions of it. But then when I got the classical guitar, I just couldn't stop playing it. The bright and beautiful sound of that classical guitar and those nylon strings just can't be beat in my mind. So I think it takes a cheap little guitar and turns it in, just the nylon strings, that it just turns it into a couple $1,000 feel. Like I'm playing, and it's only like not even a $200 guitar, really. I don't even think I paid $200 for this thing. But praise God, it tunes. I mean, that's the main thing, is it tunes, and the frets kind of the frets are kind of good. They're okay. So I'm saving up. I'm not really saving up. I'm trying to save up for a nice Taylor, nylon string Taylor. But though that day will come someday, $3,500 price range, but that day will come someday. So potpourri day, what can we talk about today that might be important to talk about? Let's see. It's always, it's just an always. It's constant change what's happening in our world, right? And we're just going to have to see what's going to happen politically, because I think we should be involved. If you're new to the show, I've been very adamant that we should be involved. The idea of church and state is bonkers. It's bogus. It doesn't exist. It is, and it's so easy to explain. It's right there on my Twitter feed. I think I've put it in some of the posts I've put in my highlight feed. Easy to find. And if you haven't really thought about it, you need to realize that this is a Christian nation. And then it just got pulled from us. The entire nation got pulled from us in this crazy idea of the separation of church and state. And it's just not so. Now, I'm not saying a church should be running the state. That's where you're wrong. So in Jefferson's letter to, I think it was the Baptist church. Yeah, it was. The idea was that the state wouldn't infringe or take away the rights of the church, not that the church people couldn't involve themselves in the matters of the state. So it is a totally bogus idea. It is such a one-way. Have you ever seen those one-way doors? You can go in, but you can't come back out, right? I don't even know if that's applicable, but my point is the state can't mess with the church, but the church can mess with the state. That's what I'm saying, and it's so right there in front of you. All you have to do is just know how to read. I mean, you could read at probably not even a fifth grade level and understand. We're having trouble now with going into big time debt, which is just so obviously that's not good. I mean, they would shut you down in your home. You know this, right? They would shut you down. They would shut me down. We can't run a deficit over here. We can't be in debt for, much money at all. I mean, sure, if you're on a payment plan, you might be in debt, but at some point they come and they confiscate. They take it away from you. They take away the car. They take away the house. They take away the thing that you put on credit that you promised to pay back, and you just can't do it. And now you're never going to be able to pay it back. I actually asked Grok if we'll ever be able to pay back the Federal Reserve, and it was like it would just be. Yeah, the answer was crazy. And then they were like, but it's the what is it? What did Grok say? He said, even if you did pay off the debt that you owe the Federal Reserve, it's still the state bank. I thought that really hit me hard. It's still the state bank. I'm like, wow, I never really thought of it like that. Like, no matter what, or I would say the federal bank. That's a better way to say it. It's still the federal bank. It does the lending, or it does. I guess it does the business of the federal government. It is been approved to do that. I don't know if I comprehend that really. If you paid it off, then just separate yourself from that entity now that caused you such whatever. I don't know. Again, I don't know. Maybe that's something we could talk about. Maybe that's something you can think about tonight, and how. Fundamentally, I think my whole train of thought, my train of thought didn't start with whether church and state was appropriate or not. That's where it ended. It started with the fact that why aren't Christians being allowed to talk about running in their church or fixing the politics of their community? And you go and you realize this 501c3 little big demon, is controlling our speech at the church, which is in effect, that's a freedom of speech issue. Now you're infringing upon the freedom of speech of everyone who's in this cabal of 501c3, which, by the way, I had to learn. I had to study to show myself approved. Like last week's song, I studied and I figured out that it was actually foisted on the churches. This 501c3 thing was foisted in 1960, called the Johnson Amendment. It just automatically put all churches underneath this covering of 501c3 status. And what did the churches do? Instead of thinking, oh my gosh, you can't take away our freedom of speech. No, they embraced it because it gave them a ticket to ride. And what does that mean? Their ticket to ride is tax-free status. So instead of bucking the system and realizing that they were being duped, the church went along, and this is where you're being gaslit. You have been generationally gaslit by people who didn't stand up and push back and say, stop it. And this is how it happened, okay? And no one's complaining about it because no one wants a third of their monies to be taken by the government. So it's a quid pro quo, and it's a situation where we have to step away. Christians, the church, the real church, has to step away from the church. This 501c3 garbage that they will not change, and they will not allow themselves to be, right? So they can then become active. You activate, right? Like an active thing, like King David. I always wanted to, I always was so impressed with the stories of King David because he was so action oriented. He was so quick to do the thing, like an action thing for God, instead of sitting back and and just going, oh yeah, we need to do that. I wish somebody would do that. No, he got out there and he fought Goliath. He was like, just watch out, I've got this. I so good with the slingshot, maybe. He's just so sure of himself. He's like, move out of the way, I got this giant. Boom, he's dead. That's the kind of confidence I've always wanted when I was a kid growing up. But back to the thing, the idea is that we've got to be action oriented, right? We have to do things. We want to do things, and we have to separate ourselves and then become actively against what's going on in the morality of our community. So this is the trick. The morality of our community has dwindled to the point where you can see what you can see. You can see what's happening to our institutions, right? Public schools, do I need to say more, right? And not only that, but the church itself, and the definitions that we hold dear are now somehow state regulated. It's weird. So we have to step in and say, okay, wait a second. Why is all this happening to us? It's because of this. You're not supposed to touch, the church anyways, is not supposed to touch politics. But anybody will tell you, oh man, you go and do it. You go and you run, man. Your pastor, your music minister, your secretary, they're going to tell you to do it. But they're not going to touch it because they're not allowed to. You understand? They're not allowed to. Just think of how many boots in the halls of justice we could have if the churches were activated and energized. Because then if you were if you were paying taxes, then you'd be completely free. You would have, right? It's just the most amazing thing to be okay that you don't have a First Amendment. We have a First Amendment, but not in the church. We need to grasp that. And it's just like, pinch myself. Is this true? Is what Mark just said true? Do your own little research. Find your little AI and go look at it. Go look at it yourself. It is. It's a complete. And then obviously it's a complete stop. A complete end of your free speech in the political realm from the church, from the point of view of the church. But think about how weaselly that is, just from the churches, from the church's perspective, just how weaselly it is, and we just allow it. We go along with it. Why do we do that? Because we're sheep. We're not very smart, are we? And we just let it happen. Anyway, I think that's a good place to stop right there. I didn't necessarily, I just happened to pop open Twitter just a few minutes ago and see that Elon Musk wants to start a new party. And I'm all for it, right? I'm all for it. This is the whole thing, what we've got going on in this big, beautiful bill that's going to add trillions of dollars. I don't agree with any of this. I don't agree with any of this. It's just like going and thinking that we can bomb Iran and there's no repercussions because they're at the table for peace now. Don't you know? It's a ceasefire, Mark. And there's no repercussions. When I'm sitting here and not 9 years ago, everybody, in 2015, everybody, 9 years ago, we had a terrorist in Chattanooga. I'm a Chattanooga boy. I grew up and went to high school and college in Chattanooga, okay? We had a terrorist in Chattanooga murder 5 U.S. Navy personnel. Right here in this city, Like I said, I feel like I'm in Chattanooga. I'm a Chattanooga boy. But I think of the whole tri-state area. And we're over here going, oh, well, it'd be okay because President Trump's agenda, and it's okay because we hit our targets, and it's okay. Well, we don't this is what happened before, and we don't realize that there are cells right here ready to completely do total destruction being activated just by watching the news. That's what happened to this guy. He's just activated watching the news. So if you think that's collateral damage and that's okay, it's okay because Israel's more important, then that's not right. I don't agree with your opinion on that. You have to convince me why it's okay for 5 of Chattanooga citizens had to lose their lives, which it's not exactly the same because that was a whole different situation. But I'm saying that what if the same thing happens and someone's activated because we're bombing a country? That's how. Now, it's amazing. It's amazing. We were not being attacked by Iran, and we just did that, you guys. We just did that. We just did that. And by the way, and someone mentioned it too, it's a very, very good point here. All you have to do is show us the receipts that you're seeing, President Trump or whoever. Show us the receipts, Israel, that they were within weeks or a day or a month. Show us the receipts. Show it to us. The absolute proof positive, because we've been hearing about how they're just days away from this bomb, right? Now, here's the thing. We know that both sides, Israel and Iran and all the different proxy nations and the groups, we know that they've all lost their minds with hatred towards each other. So I'm not on anyone's side. I'm on America's side. And so I think that's another good thing to talk about tonight. But again, how from us, this is a Christian group, right? This little group, this little thing that's happening right here, this is a Christian group of laymen who are, and hopefully maybe somebody that's on a church staff is watching this show right now. You can't say anything. You can't energize your crowd. You can't, right, until we move away from the church and realize that here we go again. It starts grassroots. We're the ones that got to do the revival. We're the ones that have to change the Johnson Amendment. We're the ones that have to make a stink and realize that our hands are tied via this Johnson Amendment and the 501c3 thing. We're the ones that have to be the ones to say enough of what's happening in our community with the morality. Enough. Let's get involved and let's change the laws back to where they were. So when I think of what Trump says about make America great again, I just think about the normalcy of having laws and having this is a little boy, this is a little girl, right? That's probably an extreme example, but I'm saying, right, including everything, the morality of balancing a budget. Amazing. I just, I want to be this sounding gong, but here's the thing, and this is what this entire show is about. I am giving you the power, the knowledge, the oomph from the words that I'm saying. If we don't speak up and use our voice, this little voice right here, I can't be you that's going to say something and speak up and do something and be action oriented. And then it snowballs, right? So this, maybe one person watching this right now could turn into 5 more people getting like, you know what, this is right. It's either true what I'm saying or it's not true. You understand? It's no like black, it's not like gray. It's either true or it's not true. The things that I'm saying. And how Christians need to get involved and not be ashamed of the gospel of Christ, even in politics. The 10 Commandments used to be in the halls of justice, hanging up there proudly. The older I get, the more I realize that the people that came before us are so much brighter and smarter. Based. It's crazy that it just continues to happen. It's just like, wow, that our forefathers, we don't even listen to them. We didn't even pay attention to them. And the plague has now entered into our Supreme Court, where you can see 3 of the 9 justices. It's already tilted where they're not even looking at precedent. They're not even looking at the intent of the law. They are there for political reasons to Democrats. And then all these new illegals, and we only have a year left. It'll be about a year this October. Just so everybody knows, the midterms always flip, and then it's over. And if we lose the House or the Senate, it's over. It's over. I think it's over, because then the pushback is going to be so harsh. And I say, I don't want to sound like some of the people on the shows who talk about, oh, this is the end of the republic. Oh, this is the end. This is the most important voting, and I'm sick of voting, right? I'm sick of voting for the whole thing, right? But I do because I do think we have to have our voice. We can't just sit here and complain. We have one thing to do, and that's vote. And then, of course, activate ourselves and try to talk to our friends about how it's working out, and then try to normalize. See, when you have to pick and keep it right, and always shine the light on reality, because people get in their little pockets and they never see the other side of the story. And then they're so surprised when, half the country goes for Trump, right? Or the other way, by the way. Anyway, oh man, so much to say tonight. And in general, we all need to find our way back to the Lord. This is what I try to do with my songs. We all need to find our way back to the Lord, and constantly thinking of what, first of all, how can I perfect my life? How can I completely clean up my life and get it right with the Lord, get it right with the people that I've hurt, and really prepare myself, right, for the will that God has for me. That's what we have to do first. And then secondly, we kind of look around and go, what's broken that needs fixing? And that maybe that would be maybe that's God's will for your life, actually. Okay? And it's a process. It's a total years, maybe, process to get yourself in the position where you can say, now I've chipped away these songs, the 30 years without ever releasing a single one of these 120. And I've written 275, by the way. But these are the 120 of Christian songs that I've written. Just think of how many years I've been thinking and meditating and thinking some more about how I can be used of God while I was still writing songs. And then this came about, this opportunity to release the songs, and then to do it in such a way where I can chit-chat like this and actually kind of hopefully inspire someone to understand the things that I'm saying. It's, by the way, I'm not saying anything special. The Bible. What am I saying? The Bible, right? How did Paul live his life? I'm basically just reiterating all this stuff. How do these people take the gospel that Jesus shared, and how did they actually live in reality? Doing it for free, right? And, proselytizing and discipling each other and making it the keystone, being leaders in the community, making themselves leaders in the community. That's politics too. It's all connected. It's not separation. So I think I've hit my note there of this kind of thing. And like I said, it's just off the top of my head. I think I would. I know what they say. Oh, if you vote for the third party, you're just voting for the Democrats. Well, I'm just sick of voting for the Republicans too. This whole thing is just garbage, and I'm ready to move on. They keep saying that to trick you. But when you look over in England and other places, they don't say that. There's like 11, 10 or 11, 12, 13, 14. I need to look it up on AI. How many political parties are there in England? I'll just do it right now because this is fun. I like to do this. So here we go. It takes 2 seconds. How many political parties are there in England? So, I mean, it's not Democrats and, Republicans over in England, right? So it says here, there 393 registered political parties across Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Did I say that right? 393 political parties. Okay? It says here, a post on X from June of 2025 suggests that there are at least 69 parties in England beyond the 5 major ones. Here's the 5 major ones: Conservative, Labour, Liberal Democrats, Green, and Reform UK. Those are the 5. But think about it. We have let's just do it real quick, just so we know what Grok is going to say. How many political parties are there in the United States? Okay, like I said, there was 93 major ones, but 5, right? So it says here, there are 238 state level, hold on, that's not even right. State level ballot qualified parties. Okay, state level ballot qualified parties. But let's see. 53 distinct parties with ballot access, and over 200 state level parties, which include local ones. A conservative estimate accounting for active and registered parties suggests around 50 to 60 distinct political parties nationwide, with the number rising over 200 when including state-specific or local variations. Interesting. So I don't really know that there's a lot. It seems to me like there's basically 2 with, 2 major Republican, Democrat, and then the third being an independent run, which is so minuscule, right? So minuscule. So we shall see. I mean, we already can see what's happened. I mean, this reminds me of the Newt Gingrich, right? When they were all in power back in like 94, and what happened, right? They just went on a spending spree and just tanked the party for a decade or 2. Well, that's just what's happening right now with the big, beautiful bill. It's really sad. And I don't understand it, but we shall see. I'd love to be wrong, but this is, this is not just me saying it. Really smart people are talking about the unbelievable growth of government, and we've got to put a stop to it. But again, it's all a process. It's not like, we get activated, but we have to start with the Christian thing. We have to start with the Christian thing. It's not just saying, let's all get political. I'm talking to Christians right now. We need to get Christian political. That is the key that I want to share right now. We need to get Christian political. You get political, it's just going to be the same rat race. You get Christian political, now we're talking. And by the way, that has legs to walk. Because there's a lot of Christians fed up. Even with the 501c3, I'm certain of it. Even with the idea that our lips are sealed in the church. And we got to do all this outside of the pulpit. We got to do the boots on the ground ourselves because you guys are hamstrung because of this tax-free status you got going on. Okay, then that's what we'll do. Okay. That's it. We'll do it. We have to do it because you guys just refused to turn around and do it with us and take the loss. Just take the L and start paying taxes, and let's get Christianity back in to the White House and all these things. Oh, it's such a delicate thing because there are some real amazing right there. There's some amazing kooks in the Christian, situation, right? And so that this is okay. It's just one more thing we're going to have to understand that, we're going to get some Christian kooks running for office. I totally get it. But I think in a combination of things is the Christian kooks are, some of them, most of them, are like roaches. So in a combination, this is actually needs to happen simultaneously. Can I tell you something? This last thing. Simultaneously of understanding this church and state thing and this 501c3 thing, blowing that to bits, simultaneously, you need to do this thing called 1 Corinthians 9:17. And I'll show it to you right now. And that is, if I preach voluntarily, I have a reward. If not voluntarily, I'm discharging the trust committed to me. Simply discharging the trust committed to me. And so what does that mean? That means simultaneously, we need to stop paying our pastors for something that they were called to do. They were called to do it. They were called. And now they're the non-volunteers. There's only a few of them. There's only a few of them in each church. Of the entire church body of your church, they're the ones that are non-volunteers. Do you comprehend the absurdity of that statement? But that is the reality. They were called to serve, and they're not serving when they're non-volunteers. This is an oxymoron, friends. Look it up, what that means. It's a magnet that doesn't work. It doesn't connect. All right. So much revival that needs to happen. And as I said before, and I'm positive of this next statement, positive, there's only one way it's going to change, and that is if you hit the brick wall and shatter the bones in your entire body. Not literally, but like metaphorically, shattering the bones, the backbone of America, shattering this false platform that we stand on, just shattering your entire your brain, like everything just splats because you just hit the wall. Everything just comes down, and I've heard it said that when things start to go, it's not going to be a slow thing. Then we'll finally, maybe everything's slow. It's destroying. No, it's going to come down so hard and so fast and so explosive. It'll remind you of 9/11. So that's the way people change. They only change when there's an accident, a huge accident, and they're on their knees crying, or they're so hungry. They're gonna, like back in Russia, they're so hungry that they literally dug up people that they had just buried and started eating their flesh. There was no food. Imagine being at the wall, where you are either hungry, you're starving to death literally, or because the economy is done. Everything has come to a standstill. There is no food at the grocery store. Yeah, this is not like doomsday thing. This is the only way people will change. They will not change. They will not find their way. They just have to. They just have to have the internet cut. Watch Wall-E. Watch Wall-E. Walle. Watch it. It's on. You can find it. I'm sure you can buy the movie. Buy the movie. It's on Disney Plus. Buy the movie, watch Wall-E, and see if what I'm saying isn't true. You are just plugged up into the system, and there's no way for you to start using your brains until you hit rock bottom. And you're unplugged, and you're starving, literally. Again, just repeat. And so be it. I am going to do a 5-song concert. Let's go on back to a song that I've got to say goodbye to. Oh, I'm so sorry I have to say goodbye to it. Am I on the wrong? No, I'm on the right thing. I'm on the right thing. Ooh, yeah. We're going back. I just went back too far, didn't I? Probably, yeah, I went way too far. Okay, so here we go. The way okay, 51. I already had it right. How about that? I already had it correct. 51, which is the way okay. Here we go with a 5-song concert. And then I can get back to doing my washer and dryer situation. Fixing. All right, friends. Here we go with The Way Okay, and we will have fun with a 5-song concert. Here we go. I gotta take my ring off because that's a slide, and I'll take a sip while I'm at it. Yeah, that's right. There's reverb and there's some kind of echo going on here. Okay. I gotta say goodbye to this song. It's the last time I'm gonna play it, unless it's special requested. It's called The Way Okay. You can never know which side I'm on unless you were the master and the king of it all. Well, did you take the SAT or a hypnotistic MRI in my mind? There's nothing stopping you from giving and forgiving like the AGAPE all the time, 'cause you came and you spake and you gave. You're gonna show me you're the way okay. Yeah, you came and you spake and you gave. You're gonna show me you're the way okay. Oh, funny how you know when something's wrong. And while I'm hiding in this mission, you're out fighting in the storm. Well, could there be an anomaly or a what if, but, clause, asterisk, or mind psych between the words I said I will, I'll walk, I'll do, I'll talk, but I balked in your guard 'cause you came and you spake and you gave. You're gonna show me you're the way okay. Yeah, you came and you spake and you gave. You're gonna show me you're the way okay. Well, I am just a baby needing milk to save me. You better get it, son. Give us some, give us some. I'm gonna make you drive me crazy. I am not mine, but maybe we could be like the sun. Give us the sun, give us the sun. Yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. You don't need a reason when it's on. Oh, when it's on, you just snap your fingers, 1, 2, 3, and it's done. There's not a thing that you would have gave that you could have spake, 'cause you did when you came. Now listen, I'm gonna follow when you call it, and tomorrow when you holler, gonna nod a no spot, and it's on 'cause you came and you spake and you gave. You're gonna show me you're the way okay. Yeah, you came and you spake. Oh, you gave. You're gonna show me you're the way okay. Yeah, you came and you spake. Oh, you gave. You're gonna show me you're the way okay. You're gonna show me you're the way okay. Show me you're the way okay. Goodbye, way okay. The way okay. What a fun little cute song I wrote a long time ago. What was that? It says 01. That might be right, yeah. 01. Yeah. This is me. Number 2 tonight. I wish I knew why. I wish I knew how. I wish I had all the answers here and now. I wish for the truth that's plain to see. I wish I could be the difference to set the world free and to the throne. Will I wish forgiveness? Or will I stand tall, having walked through the fire? Have I followed? Have I led as you require? Are my works burned? Is there gold in my desire for all to see and believe? And this is me. I wish to the Lord that you'd reveal all the cards put on the table, your perfect will. I wish for your hand so tenderly, mending every heartache lovingly, and at the throne will I hide my face, Lord? Or will I stand tall, having walked through the fire? Have I followed? Have I led as you require? Are my works burned? Is there gold in my desire for all to see and believe? No, I'm not hiding my face, Lord, although I've hidden your truth. Yes, I reform and commit, Lord, my treasure is with you. I wish for the strength to see this through, making every effort to speak your truth, and for the throne will I hold my tongue, Lord? Or will I stand tall, having walked through the fire? Have I followed? Have I led as you require? Are my works burned? Is there gold in my desire for all to see and believe? Oh, will I stand tall, having walked through the fire? Have I followed? Have I led as you require? Are my works burned? Is there gold in my desire? My desire for all to see and believe. This is me. By the way, you Instagram folks, I do a 15-song concert every Sunday on a different channel, not Instagram. I do a 15-song concert, and it's mainly set up. It's called Sunday Jam. It's called Sunday Jam. And, it's set up to where you guys can listen to me prior to going to church or having your time with the Lord. So put me on Bluetooth and let's go. All right, folks, I've done 2 songs tonight, so we are almost there. We're getting there. Here comes number 3, Too Far. Dear Lord, hold me close to your heart as I walk this world beside you, never too far. Dear Lord, bring me into your arms. I'm in need of your forgiveness, never too far. Never too far. For the love of God that you have waiting for me, for the hope and joy that keeps me praying on my knees, I want to offer offerings, Lord. I need your redemption, forgive this servant's wanderings and disregard my being too far, Lord. Give me some revision, submission, and hold me in your arms again before I go too far again. Dear Lord, give me 1 second, everybody. Just because I want to make sure I have a little, have something that I smell real quick. And this is a house with lots of folks in it. And you just never know what's going to happen in a house. Just checking on a smell that I smell. Maybe something's burning. Thank you. Okay, bye. That's what you call live something happening in my nose. So here we go. I'm going to go right back to the song. Second, let's see where we were at. We were on our 3rd verse. Dear Lord, teach me all that you can. Keep me based in truth and love, never too far. Never too far. For the love of God that you have waiting for me, all for the hope and joy that keeps me praying on my knees, so I can offer offerings, Lord. I need your redemption, forgive this servant's wanderings and disregard my being too far, Lord. Won't you give me some revision, submission, and hold me in your arms again before I go too far again. Amen. Until defend. Until the end. For the love of God that you have waiting for me, for the hope and joy that keeps me praying on my knees. I want to offer offerings. Oh, 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 Lord. Oh, I need your redemption, re-mention. Forgive his servants' wanderings and disregard my being too far, Lord. Give me some revision, submission, and hold me in your arms again before I go too far. Oh, oh, Lord, I need your redemption, re-mention. Forgive these servants' wanderings and disregard my being too far, Lord. Won't you give me some revision, ooh, submission, and hold me in your arms again before I go too far. That was fun and funny a little, because I've never had to take a break from a song because I smelled something in the air. So, hey, a first happened tonight on the show. I've got 2 more songs to go. Let's see which one's number 4. Tripping. It's time to do some tripping. Are you tripping over somebody's feet in the church? Say it isn't so. Ghastly horrors. How would someone be tripping over my feet because I'm getting in their way? No, say it isn't so. I'm tripping over your feet while you are fast asleep, and you don't even know what hit you. I'm trying to lead for the lost and share a song of the cost, and you don't even know what hit you. Oh, I'm on fire, running the race, a voice inside the body of God. And as I sing, seeking his face, I feel the heat while I'm tripping over your feet. I thought that I was to blame. Maybe I slipped around in the rain. I almost didn't know what hit me. I was singing, praising the Lord while you were laid out there on the floor. Tell me how you fell asleep on the racetrack. Oh, I'm on fire, running the race, a voice inside the body of God. And as I sing, seeking his face, I feel the heat while I'm tripping over your feet. Ooh, see him run and see him shake the prince of darkness from his making, breaking only 'cause he's thirsty for the words that God is sending. I'm tripping over your feet, and you are sound asleep. You couldn't even watch an hour. You came around for the feast. You drank face down like a beast. Riddle me, is this church preparing an army? running this race, a voice inside, the body of God, the body of God. And as I sing, seeking His face, I feel the heat. While I'm tripping over your feet, I'm on fire. Ooh, running the race, a voice inside, the body of God, the body of God. And as I sing, seeking His face, I feel the heat. While I'm tripping over your feet. One more to go. Number 55. And here we go with Turn. Mission. I'm on a mission to share Jesus with the ones who need Jesus. Sorry, there's no sorry. You need to have the chance to say you need Jesus. But will you turn and walk away when I turn and speak the truth? When I share with you the one who loves you? Will I make you turn away? Will I help you turn today? Or will you turn to the one who loves you? Maybe, I mean maybe, I don't want to be the one to show you Jesus. You may say that you don't need nobody, that you won't turn and give Him glory, but I may never know what God can do through me. And so will you turn and walk away? Or when I turn and speak the truth, when I share with you the one who loves you? Or will I make you turn away? Will I help you turn today? Will you turn to the one who loves you? Turn, turn, turn. Will you turn? Turn, turn, turn. I will turn. Will you turn and walk away when I turn and speak the truth? When I share with you the one who loves you? Will I make you turn away? Will I help you turn today? Or will you turn to the one who loves you? Come on and turn. Walk away when I turn and speak the truth, when I share with you the one who loves you? Or will I make you turn away? Will I help you turn today? Will you turn to the one who loves you? Turn, 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 turn. Turn and walk away. Ooh, turn, turn. Ooh, turn, turn. I will turn, I will turn, I will turn, I will turn to the one who loves you. All right, 5 songs is up. Thank the Lord for wonderful music that I get to present to you and sing. Is my thing still working? Oh, I wish it was. It's not. Okay, let me make sure we're on the right little thingy. And we were, now we are. Okay. I'll read it off my script here. Sometimes my clicker goes to sleep when I don't keep it awake, and it's asleep. So anyway, here we go. Did you know I've released 65 songs, and every one of them are up on my website? I actually spent a lot of time getting that website all polished and ready to go for my 8 volumes, so far 8 volumes, 8 albums that have been... not all of them have been released the way I did my first 15, so the way that I did my first 15, those aren't released yet. But starting with the 16th song, those are all released. And that totals, believe it or not, 65 songs that you can free download. That's how many weeks I've done the show. So 65 times 4 is where I'm at. Or I'm at plus 1, 66M. For Monday. So please go download some songs and listen to some Christian music you will not find anywhere else. It's kind of a fun thing, right? To have conviction in this world, to have conviction of someone that you know that has so much conviction that they're just going to give it away for free. This is what we need in Christianity. Just like Paul, who wrote 13 of the 27 books of the New Testament. That's almost half, boys and girls. Almost half of the books were written by Paul. 13 of the 27. There's only 14 books left, got me? Written by everybody else of the New Testament. And Paul said to do it for free. Why are we ignoring that? And so this is me, right? This is me doing it for free, and I want you to do it for free. You have to. This is what they say. Have you ever heard pay it forward? Yeah, just do it. Do something nice for somebody. But don't just do it once. Maybe that's the will of God for your life, to move on and do something like that. Do something brave, and that's really brave, right? That's really when you think about the lady with the alms who gave the 2 alms, that was all she had. And that's the example God gives. God never gave an example of giving 10%. He never brought it up. Jesus never gave an example of giving 10% or doing something like at the altar with burning sacrifices. He was the lamb. He is the sacrifice. There is no 10%. There is only all. A-L-L. There is only giving all. And so this is what you do when the inference is you're just going to volunteer for everything you possibly can, and obviously survive, and you're going to trust God to survive. We could already figured that out. So I'm just going to encourage you to figure this out on your own. Yeah, some of this you're just going to have to figure out because apparently no one's telling you except for people like me, and I'm living it. I'm actually going to live it and show you that it can be done. So want to learn more about this show, check out the description or visit my website, MWDHQ.com. Download free demos of each song of the week and email me from the Connect page. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. Join me as I prep you for church and explore the significant meanings between salvation and discipleship, the 2 things we're supposed to be doing. Become a Christian, begin to walk the talk. Strengthen your walk with God. Get inspired by what I'm saying. Pass it on as you begin to challenge your friends and your family with your words and actions. Become a better husband, wife, son, daughter, father, mother, granddad, grandmother, neighbor, friend, leader, and follower. I have a question for you tonight. Are you doing the thing that God has called you to do? God's perfect will for you. You, not me, you in your life. Are you doing that thing and doing it all, giving your all, not some, not tiny, not in the side bedroom, as a centerpiece in your home, as a centerpiece in the center of your home, not in the side bedroom or in the side closet. It's a tiny little, thing that you got going on the side. It's kind of like a puzzle that you're putting together. It's in the back room, and you play with it every now and then. Or it's not like that. No, this is the centerpiece of your life. You do know you're supposed to be doing that as a Christian, right? You do know that you're supposed to be doing and seeking after God's will for your life and trying to discover that, right? So what is the thing that God's called you to do for free, for Him, to like all the time? We have to discover that. God's perfect will for your life. To where it's not me, myself, and I in the throne room of your life. It's God, the Holy Spirit, and Jesus in the throne room of your life. Those should be the 3 sitting. God in the middle, Jesus on one on one arm, the arms of the throne, the arms of the throne. The right hand of God is Jesus. Maybe on the left hand of the throne of God is the Holy Spirit. You get that, right? That should be sitting on your personal life's throne. And then you have to pass it forward, right? This is what Paul did for Timothy. You have to pass it forward and teach someone else. Hey, man, you're supposed to be doing God's will for your life because I'm not the only voice in this world. You have to have a voice to do that, and then it's pay it forward. It's pushing it forward. So let's figure some stuff out. Which of the following statements could you share with someone or absorb right now? I believe in you. I want to help you. I've been praying for you. I was wrong, I'm sorry, and I want to make amends. Please forgive me. From my heart and soul, thank you. I sincerely love you. God loves you. God is patiently waiting for you. God has a purpose for your life, both daily and in general. I hope that someone out there is meditating and thinking about action. The action of praying and then the action of getting up off of your duff and doing something for God, the thing that God's called you to do, the special thing, because you are a very special person. It is a miracle that you're breathing and looking at this channel right now. Do something. Make it. It's a process. It's going to take some time, but you've got to take a baby step, and then you're going to end up in the right spot. All right, friends. Thank you for joining my church prep family. I will see you live Wednesday and Friday. I will see you live Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern for the Song of the Week's backstory. I'll see you then. To God be the glory.